Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for combos.
Let's see how long the opponent lets us do cool things.
Triggers. What is happening? Commanders.
In my opinion, the most broken deck you're gonna see. Monkeys!
This is Historic Brawl. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today we are playing Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer in Brawl, Historic Brawl. A while back, I had a little series I was running for Brawl to pass time before the Aether Drift release called You Beat It, I Build It. And that is the deck that I lose to, I now have to build a version of. We left off on Ragavan, and playing Mono Red made me want to abandon the series altogether because in regular queue, I lost to Krenko, and in Hell queue, I lost to Ragavan. CGB, what is Hell queue? Hell queue is the worst of the worst commanders. They get paired up against each other, and by worst I mean best, but you know what I mean. The nastiest commanders. Ragavan is considered one of the nastiest commanders in Brawl. There are about 10 to 15 commanders that I think meet that description, and most people's opinion of what goes in Hell queue is wrong. I have to do a video or stream sometime about what is Hell queue, but you know it if you've seen it. Play Ragavan. You'll see it. Watch this video. You'll see what I mean. So Ragavan is a Hell queue commander, and we're building a version here that's actually also commander legal because I enjoy that thought experiment quite a bit. And I think I've got a pretty cool deck, so I will show you what I'm doing with the monkey. The idea of monkey is you want to hit, and you want to hit often. Ragavan is a mythic that says whenever this monkey pirate deals combat damage to a player, you make a treasure. Then you exile the top card of the opponent's library, and until end of your turn, you may cast that card. So that's the idea. We want to cast spells from our opponent's deck, but it doesn't have the Gonti text that says you can use mana of any color to cast it. So we have to use our treasures or other colored mana sources to be able to cast the opponent's spells. Ragavan also has dash, which means you can cast it for that cost, even from the command zone. To give it haste until end of turn, if you use a dash cost, you have to bounce the card at end of turn. There's some rules text over there. You can see it. It's over. You know dash, or if you don't, the rules text is there. Read that. Okay, so this nasty little monkey is the mono red like most favorite card. It has a little bit of gamba in it because you're hitting the opponent and beating the people with their own cards, stealing their cards from them and beating them to death with them is fun. So people love this little guy. And I'm gonna say, if you want a Brawl deck, it's easy to get into because you can run a ton of basic mountains and have a Brawl deck that's very fun, and you can just craft Ragavan. I might even do a version of this deck where I start a new account, craft a Ragavan, and then build a deck from my starter account, a mono red Brawl deck, and I bet it would do fine. But let's go over what I'm doing with my collection. First of all, a couple broken cards in the deck because those are fun. Chrome Mox. Hell yeah. Mox Amber. We have a 1-mana commander. This card is extra broken. Gamble. This is a tutor that says search your library and then discard a card at random. And I do make some concessions to the gamble that I'll show you in a minute. But often this just searches up whatever you need to kill whatever the opponent is trying to deal with Ragavan with, and you're off to the races. Blood Moon. If they can't cast spells, and you hit them to death with a monkey because all their lands turn into mountains. It's great. If you play this in regular commander, you might get slapped in the face and kicked out of your game store, and it would probably be worth it. Flare of Duplication. You can sack your monkey or any other red creature to copy the opponent's Emergent Ultimatum or other mega spell and just laugh. Just laugh at them while you do it. It's very fun. It's a fun little card. It's a way to get a counter spell in your mono red deck. Now, this category we're going to call card advantage, or ways to just keep hitting the opponent with Ragavan. You see the One Ring. Yep. We have that in there. It's a busted card. Experimental Frenzy was a staple in classic Arena mono red. You know, one of the first mono reds that was standard legal on Arena ran this card, and I think it's a lot of fun. It's also got some gamba to it coming from your own library. It shuts down your ability to cast spells from your hand. You just cast from the top and you cast from their deck. It's fun. Count on Luck. This is a new one from Aether Drift. Its triple red cost is not a problem in your mono red deck, and it's a Phyrexian arena for red that doesn't hurt you. At the beginning of your upkeep, you exile the top card, and you can play it this turn. Chandra Dressed to Kill is another way of doing a similar thing, but it only works with red cards. It also creates mana, so she does ramp, and she does a little bit of card advantage. Light Up the Stage is kind of a draw to, like Ren's Resolve, like Reckless Impulse. There's a few of those. Sticky Fingers lets us hit the opponent with Ragavan and make 2 treasures, and when Ragavan dies, we draw a card. And then Connecting the Dots is a fun enchantment that serves as like Bomat Courier, which we'll get to in a second, in enchantment form. You put this out there. Whenever you attack, you exile the top card of your library. Then eventually, maybe when you have no hand, you can use the ability to discard your hand, sacrifice this, and put all the exiled cards into your hand. That's pretty fun. That can be a second hand that you kind of create while attacking. This deck needs to be attacking to be successful, so this is a good spot for the card. Then we get into what we'll call Ragavan sidekicks. These are mostly cards that attack very well or remove stuff or create card advantage in some way. Bomat Courier lets you do a similar thing to Connecting the Dots. You stack cards under the courier, you sack it, you get cards. Dragon's Rage Channeler lets you surveil when you cast non-creature spells, of which we have many, and with Delirium it flies through the air for 3 points of damage. It's even better in paper. Grim Lavamancer lets you use cards in your graveyard to remove more stuff that would try to block Ragavan. Kellen, Planar Trailblazer, is a nerd. It's also Ragavan at home once you level him up. And then Abbot of Carol Keep is a way to exile your top card, so a little card advantage tacked onto a body. Fear of Missing Out, double combats can be excellent with Ragavan and many of these other cards, so it makes the cut. Felden, if something touches this, you get that beautiful exile card advantage. And then we have Inti, Sinestral of the Sun, which discarding cards puts counters on your Ragavan, maybe gives it trample, lets you get more triggers. And then Magda Brazen Outlaw and Magda the Horde Master both synergize with treasures, so they make the cut. Magda can turn the treasures into dragons or an Ember Cleave or something, and the Horde Master just helps you turn those treasures into dragons. Party Thrasher. This lets you cast spells from exile with Convoke, which Ragavan does cast spells from exile. So this can help you a lot with both Ragavan's triggers and its own. And then Robber of the Rich steals cards from the opponent so you can cast them yourself. It actually is super flavorful that way. Runaway Steamkin is a great mono red card as you stack counters on it and get huge mana advantage. Moria Marauder is out of the Lord of the Rings set, a double striker that gives you that exile card advantage. Breaches, the Eager Pillager. This says when a pirate attacks, you get one of these abilities. Ragavan is a pirate, so is Breaches. So just with your commander being a pirate, Breaches is already on most of the time, and being able to make something unable to block means Ragavan is hitting, and that's what we want. Fable of the Mirror Breaker is busted. Lelia the Blade Reforged is a very fun card that lets you get exile stuff as it attacks, and when you exile stuff off the opponent's deck, whenever one or more cards are put into exile from your library and or graveyard, you put a counter on this. Exiling the opponent's stuff with Ragavan doesn't trigger it, but a lot of other things in the deck do. This card can get huge and produce a lot of card advantage. Professional Facebreaker, another way to use those treasures to dig deeper into the deck. And then Seasoned Pyromancer lets us dump our hand and then draw new cards or get exiled from the graveyard to make elementals. Then we have Ragavan's Mega Friends. These are the kind of better, more expensive cards. Chandra Sparkhunter makes the cut. The +2 can sacrifice a treasure to draw a card. And then we have Chandra Torch of Defiance, just a great planeswalker. Could really go in any red deck, a great use of a wild card. Koth is another good use of a wild card in a mono red deck. It gets mountains and it clears the way for Ragavan. Glorybringer, Breathe Fire, have Dragon, Roar. Goldspan Dragon, similar thing, makes treasures tap for double, even cooler. And then Ember Cleave it's Ember Cleave. We don't need to talk about it. It's hard enough for me to introduce all these red cards. Speaking of all these red cards, these all kill things. They get things out of the way for Ragavan, and they've been selected based on the damage output for cost. So Unholy Heat with Delirium does 4 damage. It does 6 in paper, by the way. Burst Lightning can go up to 4 damage with a kicker. Fiery Impulse goes up to 3 damage for 1 mana with Spell Mastery. Frostbite goes up to 3 damage with Snow-Covered Mountains, etc., etc. And that is how we selected all of these removal spells. Can they scale up to kill things of bigger and bigger toughness? We even used some color-specific ones, like Burning Hands. Chainsaw makes the cut because a monkey with a chainsaw is funny. Chandra's Triumph makes the cut because we have some Chandras in the deck, so it might be 2 for 5 damage. Scorching Shot straight up is 2 for 5 damage. Ghostfire Slice can be 4 damage to any target for 1 mana. And then we have Fiery Temper, which is in the deck because we have a few discard effects like Fable and Seasoned Pyromancer, but also because we have Gamble. If you gamble on an empty hand, you can go get Fiery Temper, and basically you got a Lightning Strike, because when you discard this, you pay its madness cost 1 red for 3 damage to a target. Fury is busted. We know. We know. And then we have lands that aren't just lands. Arena of Glory gives haste to Ragavan's sidekicks. Castle Embereth pumps them up. Den of the Bugbear beats them down. Sokinzan, Crucible of Defense can make 1/1s. Cavern of Souls makes Monkey uncounterable. Faceless Haven can be Monkey and punches. Mana Confluence, this is kind of the fun part. Mana Confluence, Mirix, and Spire of Industry are in the deck for their ability to make mana of any color, so sometimes we don't have to use our treasure to cast the spells we steal with Ragavan. I've also seen people run Chromatic Lantern, and I'm not a believer, but if you want to try it, go ahead. And then Basic Mountains. Yay! Ragavan! Monkey! Let's dive in. Word from the sponsors. Let the nonsense begin, and as always, you're cool.
CoolStuffInc.com is a proud sponsor of CovertGoBlue, and you can find all of his unique tokens and playmats at CovertGoBlue HQ. Take to the skies with CGB's Shark token and playmat, and his premium Dragon Rider token and playmat, or become the apex predator of your next game night with his Dinosaur Rider playmat and token. CoolStuffInc.com/CGB is your place for all things CovertGoBlue, so check it out if you want to channel your inner one in Best of One. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
Atraxa. That's how I talk to her. Lightning Bolt. A few more threats on the draw. Being on the draw sucks, but we'll try it. Yep, straight to the monkey. At least you always know you have a turn 1 play. If you're the person who gets bored by tap lands, have I got a deck for you? Okay, How aggressive? I think we go for the Marauder. We're really going to need help hitting land drops, so I think this is going to be removed, but hey, let's run right into the removal spell. Most Atraxa decks in Hell-Q nowadays are just all removal. They don't usually have any kind of a theme or purpose, but like many Hell-Q decks, they're just forced to be 100% interaction, similar to Rusko. Some of them do still try to ramp though, and every time they do, okay, I'm like, all right, you are my victim. This is great. We love this. So you may play it this turn. Man, it's tempting to slam Lelia, but I think we see what we get off the card. Spike Field Hazard. Woo, Den of the Bugbear. Look at that. All right, well, do I zap them for 1? Why not? Not the best use of my mana, but it's probably a little bit about speed and a lot about cards. Trax is a hell of a monster, but we can probably remove her when she comes out. And if we do, and then also hit the opponent, that's really good for us. Like, we have Obliterating Bolt, like right there, that's a dead Atraxa. Yeah, and they are ramping their head off. All right. I think we drop Lelia here. It's just so much pressure and gets so big with the Marauder. So there's a Burst Lightning. There's an Exile. That's a Gamble. And that's double hits for the mountain we needed. Beautiful. So burst that lightning or Gamba. What is the best thing I can do to get past an Atraxa? What is the cheapest, easiest way to do it? Fury? Fury's pretty good. But I can also put at 11, 10, 9, 5, 10-9, -5. Yeah, okay. We're going face. I think we're close. Because this is another 3 points. So it's 7, 8, 9. We clear this. We have 7, 8, 9. And then we have 2 more mana to get there. Yeah, Atraxa as a ramp deck, I'm sorry. This is what happens to you in Hellq, man. You get bodied. This is legendary, so this is 3 mana to channel. That leaves us a mana short of what we need. So I can go, okay, I think I have it. I go strike. Sorry, bolt. Then bolt. Bolt plus bolt equal bolt. Goodbye, Atraxa. Land. Hasty Felden. Smash. Exile should be enough. Math. Easy. Johnny. This is a tough kitty to beat. They are very good at making lives miserable, and we are mulliganing this hand for sure. Can't even generate red mana in our mono red deck. Embarrassing. It had a lot of the cards we need. Okay. I mean, I'm keeping this and we're ripping the land. We actually run, I think, 39 lands, so it's really weird to see a hand that way. Monkey! I'm sure this will work out. Okay, they're going right for it. And they pass the turn every time. Every time that happens, I get very nervous. So when this flips, it has 3 loyalty. 3 loyalty. I think this is where the Fury is really good, right? But what do we exile? I'm gonna play the Thrasher probably. The Koth is a really good repeatable source. I guess the Chandra's Triumph or the Embercleave. Honestly, it might be Embercleave. Such a good card though. I'm going with the Triumph. I'm going to gamble. That takes care of the initial wave of cats. Your transformation means nothing. You're no longer on the battlefield. Okay, combat, Ragavan. Steel. Too bad. Too bad. A mana short of Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Busted. So this card says, non-creature spells you cast from exile of Convoke. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may discard a card. If you do, exile the top 2 cards. Choose one of them and target opponent explodes. What a card. Uro. That's a fun one. A lot of life gain over there. Oh, yay, we go second. That's great. But we do have multiple threats, which is what we want the most. Just to be able to put out threats after they deal with the monkey. So, yeah, we keep. I mean, if Felden runs into Uro, that's a lot of cards we get to look at. And it's not like we don't have any exile effects in our deck these days. Counter target spell, suspect. LOL. All right. What would we gamble for? Man, I should have a Soul Cauldron in here. Or just one piece of Graveyard Hate, right? That would feel smart. Okay. What? Surveil 2? What the heck's going on? And a Mockingbird. Wait, what is this 2 creatures on turn 2 out of freaking Uro? Huh? Huh? In my Uro? All right. Gamble. I know what we want. We want Fury. We'll show you. We discard the Moria Marauder. That's too bad. I was excited about that card. I mean, does this mean I should keep Voltage Surge? I wasn't gonna keep that. I mean, now that I've seen how many creatures they play, I think I'm just gonna keep the removal spells. Get out. I have monkey business to do. Oh my god, another creature. This is where the Spire of Industry looks brilliant as we get to keep our treasure. Is it all creature Uro? This is crazy. So one thing I love about Brawl is when you get into the meta side of things, naming Elder, LOL. When you get into the meta side of Brawl, right? And you see a deck like Uro, you immediately expect 100 draw spells, counter spells, and Uro. That's what almost every Uro deck is. But sometimes you can subvert expectations. It would be like playing Ragavan with what? Some people play 99 land Ragavan, where the only spells you're allowed to cast are your opponent's. I'm not that crazy. Exile a card for 1 mana of any color. That's kind of hype. You have something for 1 blue. Let's see. You gonna bounce this? You're gonna consider. Well, I consider you insane. Floodmaw. Yeah, good choice. I didn't want that. Didn't want that land either. Man, could slam the frenzy. But usually with Frenzy, you want it to be your last card cast.
Without the sun, I'll light you. Aw,
Could cast it right now.
singed.
I mean, but they're showing me creatures. I'm going to wait 1 more turn on the Frenzy. If it gets countered, I'm an idiot. Is it Uro time? Sure is. We're going to need to be able to remove this guy, elder thing. Ugh. No lands. Oh, but a Chrome Mox. Okay, do what you got to do. This is how they hold up counter spells, right? What's that? Is that thing? Spelunking and sprawling. I mean, they're going for it. Holy cow. I guess I'll mill. This is what my card does. Seasoned Pyromancer. Cha-ching. Fear of missing out. Dude, are we going to kill this thing? I'm scared. I'm very afraid. Vroom, 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 vroom. All right, no priority stick. That feels good. How are they still above starting life total? What the hell? I'm not giving up my chainsaw. Forget that. Leaves it in graveyard. Good call. Steal good card. Land again? Ooh. FOMO. Okay, something that does 5. We need something that does 6. Whoa! Yes, I definitely need something that does 6. Oh, Nikes. Holy coma. Indestructible until end of turn is pretty good. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Ah! Pretty sure I have no outs to that.
Come on, Chandra.
That's a,
Think of something.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. All right, exile red. Don't exactly have a way to get another mana here, do I? Yeah, I plus the Chandra. Crap. I have no shot, right? Just none. Inflame this thing. Since they didn't, you know, use it. I mean, there's hope if we can untap the Glorybringer with the FOMO. Nah, there isn't hope, is there? Come on, don't be crazy. But hey, chainsaw go vroom. Please, no more giant creatures. Please. Really? Is this so you can kill Chandra? What are you doing?
Wow. Not even a gift bag.
Yeah, what a hater. Okay, some nerdy outer. Can I respond right now? I can deal 3 to it. Jesus. Okay. Ooh, creature can't block, you say? I got a pirate. Bro, come on. Oh no. All right, kill this little. Creature. Dude. Can you believe the beating? Glory? Oh, Gloria. What you doing with that coil? Ragavan? Fear of the monkey. Yeah, me and my no mana and my 2/1, we're gonna destroy you. Chainsaw go burr? They want me to exert it. So do I not exert it? I still have to, right? I can't let the coils build up. They're just going to use them later to destroy me. 13 cards in graveyard. 6. Uro comes back out. I quit. I can't do it, man. I can't beat that coma. There's no way. There's nothing I can do about that. The mirror. Something we should be pretty decent in with all of our burn spells. Of course! Cavern of Souls. Right when we need it. Not good enough. Hand. Ooh, 1 Ragavan kill spell is not really what we're looking for. We're looking for like 5 or 6 of them. But what the heck? Here we are. Play around Monstrous Rage. They always have it. And then... okay, good alchemy card. Tough to beat. We do have 3 of our 4 mana planeswalkers, which is pretty insane. All right, let's see if they steal a good card from me. Seasoned Pyromancer. Well, if they cast that, Ragavan lives. I don't think they trust that. I don't think they want that. Yeah, there you go. Stompy Stomp. Do you have a land? No, you don't? Yeah, there is hope. All right. La 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 la. Depending how they have to spend their turn here, we might be able to turn things around pretty soon. They draw a tap land. They're going to use a Braid. They forgot to steal from me first and see what I steal. They got excited. Oh, they're holding back. They're holding back? Why are they holding back? Anyway, we draw Strangle, which is sweet. We have a few options. I think we play a Planeswalker and kill this thing. I think that's the correct option. Which one do we do? Actually, this is the play because it maximizes loyalty and saves the murder of the opponent's card via Chandra for later in the game and gets a threat on the table. This is the play. Max value. Get that mountain out of my face. I am ready. Bring it on. We got away with only having 1 of our cards stolen. They found lands. Uh-huh. New. Protect Chandra. That's our queen. Well, open season on the opponent here. 4 mana, 3 mana. We want to get the Mutavault down. Let's get Chandra down. You know, the other one. I'll make this vehicle.
The competition? Now that's a winning ride.
Make mana.
You're going down.
Play monkey. Crew up. Swing in.
Just try to keep up.
If I were confident they'd have like a 3-power haste creature, holding this to be crewed by monkey would be reasonable, but let's try to be the aggressor. When you got him on the run, let's keep him on the run. Sorry, I've been doing too much vroom vroom and it bleeds into my chainsaw noises. Yep. That is a card. Here comes a ride.
Only direction I know is forward.
That's a hit. +2. Discard this mountain. Don't need it. Slice. They won't have a multicolor card, but this will do the job. Kill it. Kill it all. They'll probably freak out. Yep, they didn't even have to see the 3rd Planeswalker. The Planeswalkers in the mono red matchup, if you can defend them, I mean, they're not going to get there. On the play, and up against Rusko. This hand is not that exciting. They're probably going to kill the monkey, so we want a threat to back the monkey up. We still don't have one. This hand is a little worse than the last one, except for the fact that I have the abrade for a clock. Still pretty bad. I'm gonna go lower. There's some threats. There's some threats. We got there. Ooh, tap land? Let's see what we steal. Damnation. Not casting it. How about breaches? Yeah. Value, value, value. Mana open, huh? Target creature can't block, not necessary, but we can exile and we can make a treasure. Oh my goodness. Ooh, Flare of Duplication. Oh, cast something, I dare you. Duress? Duress. I think I copied Duress. Yes. Oh, the glory of... the glory of Rusko, really. The glory of being a Ragavan who pirated Rusko. Ragavan rematch. Fight. We have Mox Amber. That we don't have to think. Card's busted. No bolt. They're letting me have this mana. Am I really not going to get to use it? They messed up and they let me have the mana. Okay, well, okay, I do have a way to use it. I mean, that's pretty good. That'll block a Ragavan. If they want to attack here and make a treasure, that's okay. The Ragavan ends up in their hand. Grim Lava, blah, blah, blah. Monkey. I think I hold back on the Nahiri's Warcrafting. Is that true? If I use it next turn, it's better. The opponent has to get through these little 1/1s, so make them get through these 1/1s. And if they use a removal spell, we can copy it. I mean, these 1/1s might be a big deal in this game. The opponent should not have let me untap with a Mox Amber on the field. I mean, right now they just block everything. Yeah, that's what I thought. I guess I will kill the Lavamancer? Because the Lavamancer can kill the 1/1s with the graveyard fuel? It's really funny that it's funny that the Ragavan is just so useless. Burst Lightning, nice. This should help us find a land. And I still think the Ragavan's the lowest priority. Make them blast their way through one of these tokens just to get that out of their hand. And then I'll shoot their Ragavan anyway. And then I'll drop Chandra Spark Hunter and go to work. Sticky Fingers? Oh, you don't have... No. We ain't doing that. I know that card. What is Division by Zero? It's like your game plan. Doesn't work. Kinnin. Can't you see? I kill all your mana dorks and you concede on the draw. I mean, it's not bad, but it's slow, right? But the Ghostfire Slice kills the Kinnan. So I think we're good. Yeah, you okay over there? It's a couple mulligans for you. Makes me nervous. And a tap land? That's rough. It's a rough situation. I mean, I'm not saying our hand isn't the best or anything, but hey, Ragavan. We have a turn 1 play. Lock it in. That is a very good card, Menage Curator. So we'll just have to kill it. Because we drew a braid. Thank God. Against Kinnan, just kill every mana dork. And they really don't have a game plan typically, but we'll see. What else you got? Overlord. Yeah, all right. They do have big bads in their deck. If they get enough time to ramp up, it can be very, very, very scary. Let's break bases. It's a big creature. Just bring out Hordemaster. Defense of the Heart? Oh, that's a strategy. That's a strategy. We have too many creatures. All right, something's gonna die. We're gonna have to roast our own creature. 5 damage to target creature. Okay, yeah, I think we shoot our own creature. Because what they're gonna get is like huge Coma, Void Winnower, Ulamog, etc. We can't have that. Let's attack first. What's the best way to do it? I think we Warcraft. We might hit a land with it. Who don't we want here? Is it Ragavan? Is it Ragavan? There's no way it's Ragavan. There's no way, right? It's my renewable resource. Dude, monkey. All right, gamble, I don't think. What do we gamble for? Could be Embercleave. I don't think that's it though. Cavern? I think we take Cavern. You know, for when we bring Ragavan back. So again, Defense of the Heart. If we have 3 creatures, our opponent gets to get 2 creatures of their choice, which any 2 creatures out of their deck, which is better than everything we have. I mean, absolutely clowns us. So that cannot be it. We can't allow that. Hence the tragic, tragic sacrifice of my commander. Maybe it should have been Haven, because then we could power up Haven here. I think I messed that up. I don't like that. I don't like that choice right now. As a sorcery. God, that sucks. Could have dashed Ragavan. I think we just hold. We Ghostfire Slice on end step. Maybe we Mirrex. They've only got 3 cards in graveyard for the Uro. Midnight Clock, yeah. That's a card. And here's Kinnan. All right, 11 health, tapped out. Because Kinnan's on the board, we can Slice Face. And Temper Face. And make 1/1. And they scoop. And then we dash Ragavan. We attack all. They die. Easy. Okay, we're in Beat It, Build It territory. And here's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, to greet me. All right, if I lose to this, I'm going to have to play a Teferi deck. Oh no, God, what will I do? This Embercleave is in every freaking opening hand and we still haven't cast it. Let's go. Monkey. Goodbye, my monkey. Goodbye, my friend. Hey, you can still attack with it, right? We're setting up the Embercleave play for later. Goodbye, my monkey. Oh, what is the gamble, huh? What do you gamble for? What makes Teferi pay? Should be another hasty creature, probably. Something that plays around a board wipe would be really nice. Something that gets endless card advantage would be nice, like a planeswalker. I think we discard Burning Hands and see what we draw off FOMO, but I think we attack first. They're on 6. We are on 6. Go down to 5. Uh-huh, not casting that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, shock it in. Let's go. Oh, a reprieve, you say? All right. I hear a bad moon arising. I see trouble on the way. Goodbye, FOMO. Bye, my FOMO. Wow, and we drew the One Ring, which was the other card I was thinking about getting, and it's 5 to 6. Okay, combat. Come on. This is a counterspell, right? Whatever. We gotta try. Now we're missing land drops. This is terrible. Come on! One time! They're desperate. They're desperate. They found an island, lucky. They're also... Oh, get out! That's how you do it, baby. That was the ultimate gamble. Oh my God. That was... Ah, darn, I don't get to play Teferi. Who comes for the monkey? Well, if I lose to you, I just have to play Ragavan again? Nobody wants this. This one doesn't count. Ah, okay. Well, whatever. Got Chromox. That's content. I don't want to give up any of these, though. We'll have to draw a different red card that I'm willing to part with. Aw. Dang it! What do I give up? Lelia, I guess. Lelia is a creature and just dies. Chandra can be more than that. Out with you! Get out, I say! Monkey! Spire of Industry, strictly worse mountain in this matchup. Goodbye, my monkey. Monkey! Make him have it. They're one of my viewers. They never didn't have it. Right? Ooh! Okay. Oh no. Oh, I want to play Chandra very badly. Oh, but then Chandra gets attacked very well by this board, doesn't she? But I have nothing to do with the rest of my mana. Trade with their Chandler? And then they play the monkey? Now, there's a good chance they untap here and kill the Chandra, which is heartbreaking, even if we plus it to 6. Well, I'm doing it. I'm gonna make them have it. They didn't have the removal for the Ragavan. They might not have a way to make sure Chandra dies.
All right, team. New plan.
Okay, untap from here. We'll be okay.
On the prize.
They also aren't that close to Delirium. They would need a pretty good series to get this into a 3-1. Goes face. No respect. What do you get? Hey! It's my Chandra. Hey, I have snow permanence. Haha. Counts. And that Chandra can tap planeswalkers. Gross.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra crispy.
Thanks, Chandra. Turncoat.
You're lucky this is a warning shot.
That can't block. That's a spike field hazard. This hand just got absolutely ripped. Unfortunately, they get the exile ability, but that's okay. Start with this. Follow with this.
See how fast it goes.
Aw, come on. You stole my planeswalkie. So we attack this down to 1, and then maybe we just let it chill, to be honest. We can burst lightning this Feldon. We can frostbite this Rahilda. It does depend what we steal. I think we attack their face and try to steal a removal spell with our Ragavan, and that will allow us to see if we can kill the Chandra easily. Who's it gonna be? Who wants me to play their deck? I've played Rusko really recently. Like really recently. Maybe I can build a special version of it or something. Oh my gosh. Oops, all burn and frenzy. Let's go. This is probably not what you want. I'm gonna be honest. Actually, we'll go Lavamancer. They'll probably kill it. See? I got a counter spell on turn 1. That's great. And then we go dash. Uh-huh. Seems good. Play a Bomat. Counter that. I mean, you've only countered the first 2 spells. Don't stop now. Yeah, nice. All right, so our new deck, unquote, is all counterspell Rusko. Oh, come on. Yeah, don't be a coward. Land off the top lets us Dashavan. But without any pressure on the board, we're just not doing enough here. Okay, land. Let's see what we can do. The cool thing about dash is then you can bounce it back to your hand. That's why we did this with the trigger on the stack, so that they didn't get the life gain ability off the Rusko by casting their Brainstorm. And we are exiling off the top. What did they give us? An island. Okay. Ooh, stuck on mana. Stuck on blue. Something. Been a moment. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It got me into musical. Just let me be me. We gotta get this out of our hand before we try to frenzy anyway. Thank you for waiting till combat. Very important. Strategery. Notice they haven't cast a card over 3 mana. Welcome to Rusco in Hellq. Oh, they found one, but they only paid 2 for it. Start burning. Burn out the day. Burn out the night. I see no reason to put up a fight. All right, yay, I'll counterspell Rusco on some future video. That is the problem with Hellq. It's super anticlimactic. I will definitely find a different deck that I can play for you guys, but you don't usually have to beg me to play Rusco. I just did it too recently.